which again proves that his diseases, which otherwise seem to be incurable, have been coming and going, which makes me feel that the diseases that which he suffered are not the diseases per se, or in fact they are not diseases, they are the resultant of the karma of the devotees whom he is going to make free from karma.
Jai Sadananda. If you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, kindly do at the earliest. Also, press the bell icon to get the notification when we upload a new video.
Jai Sadananda. My interaction for the forthcoming probably 8 to 9 years was at this level only. Some of the instances I would like to quote. Baba many times used to go to Mumbai for purpose of his health background. Some of the best doctors in Mumbai used to come and attend Baba and consult him. Once out of such great doctors that Baba used to meet was Dr. Asgaonkar. Dr. Asgaonkar is supposed to be one of the world authorities on diabetes. So when he came to Baba, we told him everything. What dose of insulin, what are his blood sugar trends. Looking at that, Dr. Asgaonkar advised me to step down the insulin level from 65 units, which we were using, to just 5 units of ectrapid insulin. So I said, okay doctor, what you say, I will do as you tell. But once Dr. Asgaonkar left the ashram and it was time for me to administer insulin injection to Baba, expecting that I go with 5 units of insulin, I was thinking of loading only 5 units of insulin into the insulin syringe. But before that, it was my practice to ask Baba what I'm supposed to be doing. I asked at that time. Contrary to my expectation, Baba asked me to take 65 units of insulin. Now the dilemma for me is, at one end, it is Guruji, the other end is the world famous diabetologist. What do I choose out of? My mind says, suppose the greatest doctor in the world makes a mistake. If I go according to the greatest doctor in the world and something goes wrong, will the doctor be in a position to correct it? My mind said no. No doctor can correct, because doctors are human beings and they have got limited powers. Something getting wrong, that doctor cannot correct. But if I obey Baba and if something goes odd, can Baba correct it? My mind said yes, he can correct 100%. Then in that situation, I have to obey Baba, because if anything getting wrong, it can be corrected. Therefore, I used to just follow Baba and obey him, not the doctors whom we used to consult. Many times, there have been instances when doctors have been advising Baba for narcotic injections like Forquin or even sometimes Pethidine. Pethidine was such a bad addiction liability that if a person is given Pethidine 3 or 4 ampules per day over a period of 3 to 4 days, usually the person will have addiction. But I myself have given daily 3 Pethidine injections to Baba for a period of 1 week, and at the end of 1 week, when we had no more Pethidine injections, we had to stop that injection without any adverse effect or without any physical dependence of this injection on Baba. That was my first experience. Over years, some of the doctors advised even Forquin injections, which I used to, even Umakant used to administer this injection in my absence, or sometimes Baba used to get this injection from my hand when I am not in Baba's room. He used to get the same injection even from Umakant. We used to give 2 ampoules of Fortwin, 2 ampoules of Compose, and 1 ampule of Ranitidine to Baba because some doctor advised it. Fortwin also has got a very bad addiction liability, and this injection we have given for months together, 3 to 4, 5 months continuously. At the end of this tenure, one fine morning Baba declares, "You are giving all these type of so-called potent injections, but what, doctor? I am not getting any relief. Just stop that nonsense." And we used to stop the injections without tapering down the dose, which usually is the procedure, because the addiction is already formed and we cannot taper. Otherwise, the patient becomes very violent. But at no time Baba had any withdrawal symptoms after withdrawing these high dose injections over such a long time, which was very amazing for us to witness. Baba used to have many diseases coming and vanishing in thin air. Some of the diseases that I have seen needs mention because of their special relevance. Once his X-ray taken at Hubli, X-ray of the abdomen taken in Hubli, showed multiple calcified nodules in his pancreas, which we say is a pancreatic calculi. Usually it is an incurable disease because of chronic pancreatitis. Means there is already damage into the pancreas. It is healed through fibrosis. This fibrosis is further healed by calcification, which cannot reverse. Something like a scar which a person will have after a childhood wound, which will never go. But then, 2 or 3 years subsequently, when his sonography was done in Mumbai, there was no evidence of a single calculus in his pancreas, which proves that the calculi which never can be removed from a pancreas were no more there. So they have gone. It is a surprise by criteria of science. Once upon a time, Baba was suffering from exertional dyspnea. That means when he walks a distance, he used to feel breathless. His X-ray was showing enlargement of the heart. This suggests that there is probably compromised blood supply to his heart and his heart is getting weak day by day. Or there could be some other problem which is making his heart become weak. And we do not know what is causing this disability. So, unless we find out the cause and treat it, reversal of this pathologic phenomenon is not possible. But then one fine morning again Baba says, the treatment that you are giving for this exertional dyspnea is no more working for me. So it is just a waste of everything, efforts and resources. Just stop it. We stopped that treatment. And then he never complained also that symptom. But another next 3 to 4 years later, when his echocardiography was done in Jaslok Hospital in 1995, it showed no enlargement of his cardiac chambers. There was no abnormality of ejection fraction, which usually are associated with the X-ray picture he had, with the symptoms of CCF which he had. It was not there, which again proves that his diseases, which otherwise seem to be incurable, have been coming and going, which makes me feel that the diseases which he suffered are not the diseases per se, or in fact they are not diseases, they are the resultant of the karma of the devotees whom he is going to make free from karma, and he, after removing this disease, he is clearing his devotees of the karmas for which that particular exercise was undertaken. So this is what is the meaning of his meaning and purpose of his approaching doctors for treatment. And of course, it is logical, because whenever doctors have been coming to him to check him and advise him treatment, it was a regular practice with Baba that he never told the same disease to different next doctor. He used to change the symptoms. Now if he says some symptom and the next doctor is brought in, if I try to tell the same symptom which he told to the previous doctor, Baba never used to agree also. Which itself means that either he is a malingering, which I do not feel, but his interaction with the doctor in the disguise of taking treatment for some obscure disease is just some exercise which I think is a spiritual exercise. So that is how I have been thinking about his medical, as per medical, his activities with doctors are concerned. So that's how his miracles I never took at par as entertainment, but as a message, or read in something like read in between the lines. And I always thought that it is just is a person who knows, he is a Trikal Jnani. He knows past, present and future. He can appropriately interact. He is a man who is beyond science. He is a man who can control the nature's phenomena to the maximum advantage of the context or situation that has arisen at that time. So he is a person which of that cadre of whom we have only heard and read in remote mythological periods of our country. So this is what I have seen of Baba in my interaction.
Jai Sadananda. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do it at the earliest. Also, press the bell icon to receive the notification when we upload a new video.